Okay, so today we are going to discuss about calorimeter. In properties of steam chapter, we have defined a term called dryness fraction, which is the indicator of quality of steam. Means how much amount of dry particles are present in the system. So using calorimeter, we can experimentally find or determine the value of dryness fraction for a steam. Okay. So calorimeter is basically an instrument that measures the dryness fraction of steam. So today we will discuss bucket calorimeter or barrel calorimeter. So it consists of a copper calorimeter, a vessel made of copper which is placed inside another vessel, and in between those two vessels, to maintain the air gap, we are placing the copper calorimeter on wooden block inside the outer vessel. Okay. We are putting it on wooden blocks to maintain this space between calorimeters. Okay. This space acts as insulator against heat, and this complete system is placed over a weighing platform. Means we are continuously measuring the weight of the calorimeter. First we will measure calorimeter's weight in empty condition, then we will measure its weight by putting a water into it, then another after transfer of steam. Okay. And in copper calorimeter we are placing water at certain temperature, and this complete system is sealed using wooden lid. Thermometer is inserted inside calorimeter to measure the temperature of water and calorimeter system. Main steam pipe is located over here. From this main steam pipe we are collecting the sample of steam whose dryness fraction is required to be measured. Okay, using sampling tube, we are collecting the sample of steam whose dryness fraction is to be measured, and at the end of sampling tube, one bottom ring is attached. Okay. On the periphery of this ring, holes are created. Okay. You can imagine the shape of this ring as a donut, a hollow donut, and on periphery of that donut, holes are created so that this steam coming from sampling tube can come out from these holes. As we open the valve, the steam flows through sampling tube and comes out from these holes on the bottom ring. While coming out from these holes, this wet steam is completely condensed inside this water. When this hot steam in wet condition comes out from these holes, it comes in contact with water outside the hole. Okay. So temperature of water is lower as compared to temperature of this sample. Okay. So this sample steam will transfer the heat of evaporation to water outside it. Okay. So complete steam is condensed. No steam escapes in this space. Okay. All the steam will be converted into wet particles. Okay. It may be converted as a saturated liquid or maybe below saturation liquid point. So let's consider some notations. P is equal to pressure of a steam in a steam pipe. HF1, enthalpy of liquid at P pressure in kilojoule per kg, means enthalpy of steam present in steam pipe over here. T1 temperature of water and vessel before experiment, means before beginning the experiment we are measuring the temperature using thermometer, that is T1. T2 temperature of water and vessel after experiment. Okay, as we have seen that while we are collecting the sample of steam and diverting it into calorimeter, this steam exchanges heat with water inside calorimeter. Okay. So obviously temperature of water inside calorimeter is going to increase. HF2 enthalpy of water after mixing at temperature T2. As I have said that as the steam comes into contact with water, it completely gives up its heat of evaporation, okay, and is converted into liquid. Okay, so HF2 is enthalpy of that liquid at T2 temperature. HFG1 enthalpy of evaporation of steam. MS mass of steam condensed. Okay, this mass of steam will be measured using weighing platform, because we have already weighted empty calorimeter. Then after filling water, how much is the weight of calorimeter? Then after experiment we are going to again measure the weight of the system. Okay, so now after experiment the steam sample is going to be added inside the water. Okay, so from that we can find mass of steam condensed. MW mass of water in calorimeter, that we will measure before experiment. M calorimeter means mass of calorimeter. CPW specific heat of water in kilojoule per kg Kelvin. CPC specific heat of calorimeter in kilojoule per kg Kelvin. So these are the terms we will use. So now how we will determine the dryness fraction? Simply using heat balance. Okay. As we know that whatever heat lost by steam sample is gained by water and calorimeter system. Okay, so we will use that equation. Heat lost by the steam sample is equal to heat gained by water and calorimeter. Okay, so how much amount of heat is lost by the steam? Let's see it on pH plot. It may be at some pressure. We are collecting the steam from steam pipe. Okay, and in this steam pipe we know that condition of steam is wet. Okay, so it will be in the region between B to C. So initial enthalpy of steam sample is H1. Now after experiment, what we are having a liquid whose temperature is increased, okay, and the steam sample collected from here is completely converted into liquid. Okay. So after experiment we are having a liquid at this point. Okay. It is stated in experiment that after giving enthalpy of evaporation, might be possible that our point after experiment may lie at dry saturated liquid or may be below that temperature, because water temperature inside the calorimeter is a bit less as compared to steam sample. Okay. So steam is losing its heat to water. So may be possible that water already inside vessel whose temperature is way below the saturation temperature. Okay, so after exchanging heat, our system's temperature may fall at this point. Okay, so this much enthalpy is HF and temperature is T2. Okay, so enthalpy H1, we know the enthalpy of wet steam is HF plus XHFG, and at point 2 at some temperature T2 is HF2. We can find out it from steam table also. Okay. So this much amount of heat is lost by steam. Okay. So heat lost by steam is H1 minus H2 is equal to HF1 plus X HFG1 minus HF2. Now heat gained by water is equal to mCp delta T, mass of water into specific heat of water into T2 minus T1, temperature of water after experiment minus temperature of water before experiment. And heat gained by calorimeter is equal to again mCp delta T, mass of calorimeter into specific heat of calorimeter into T2 minus T1. So this completes our equation. Heat lost by steam is equal to heat gained by calorimeter and water. Okay. So if you look at this equation, HF1 can be found from steam table at P pressure. HFG1 again can be found from steam table. HF2 we can find from temperature steam table because we know the temperature after experiment. So at that temperature, what is the enthalpy of fluid? We can find out from steam table. Mass of water we have measured before experiment. CPW, specific heat of water, is known. Temperature T2 and T1 also measured using thermometer. Mass of calorimeter we have measured using weighing platform. CPC is already known. Okay. So in this equation, only unknown left is X, which is dryness fraction. So we can find out dryness fraction from this equation. Okay. So this is how we can find dryness fraction experimentally using bucket or barrel calorimeter. Now what is the limitation of this calorimeter? Accuracy decreases as the temperature difference T2 minus T1 increases because of losses are more at higher temperature difference. Okay, suppose we have taken a steam which is very hot, and here water is at room temperature or below saturation temperature. Okay, so if steam is way too hot, means temperature of steam is very greater than temperature of water, there might be a chances that the steam which is coming out from this hole may not be completely condensed in the system, and some steam may escape in this region. Okay. So during calculation we have only mentioned that the steam which is coming out from this hole should be completely condensed so that we can calculate we can measure the mass of steam using weighing platform. Okay. If this steam escapes in this space, there may be decrease. The chances are there that the accuracy may decrease. That is the limitation of bucket calorimeter. So in next video we will post about another calorimeter, that is throttling calorimeter.